So Dwayne Casey made an appearance on the Jamie and Stoney show on 97.1 The Ticket. And he talked about them taking a significant step forward by getting rid of Reggie Jackson and Andre Drummond. Let's talk about it. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And those were two big salaries. Reggie Jackson came into the season injured and had like $18 million left. They bought him out, so he completely off the books. Andre Drummond completely off the books. And if the Pistons paid Andre Drummond, they was the only team in the NBA that was going to pay Drummond a max contract. And when Drummond didn't budge in his negotiations with Atlanta and a few other teams I think he negotiated with, he went to Cleveland, and now it sounds like he's going to opt in. So it sounds like the Pistons feel like they made a significant step moving forward with the process of rebuilding the team. And actually, like he said, they done just making the playoffs. Okay? They done just, getting there. Now they're going to tear it down and build it up. Now, you have people that was Piston fans that were in love with Andre Drummond. But anybody that know basketball, and like I said before, you got to take the fanatic out of it. You got to take the emotions out of it when you're making basketball decisions. You can't just, with your Drummond jersey on and fanboy jersey, you will be a fucking fool to pay Andre Drummond $35, $36, $40 million a year. This a dude who can't defend and who can't score. Why would you pay him that money? And you got people, on social media and the internet and this YouTube stuff who act like they can't understand that. And if you say they need to move Drummond, you the ops. Who else paying Drummond that type of money? Nobody. This would have set this franchise back for many, many years to come. You had to cut the fat off. And Dwayne Casey acknowledged that they made a step forward. I'm gonna tell you what he really meant. We made a significant step forward to really putting the winner on the court. And that's the God honest truth. You know what I'm saying? Drummond was all hollow stats. You know how people say, oh, this dude averaged this and averaged that, this, that, and the third. But when it came to the important games, they folded up. They did the James Harden. They did the Houdini. You know what I'm saying? Now you see me, now you don't. That's kind of what Drummond was. Anytime you put Joel Embiid there or you put another formidable foe in front of him, he shriveled up. You know what I'm saying? He shrunk. And that's just the God honest truth about it. So how can you pay a dude superstar money, max money, and he can't even take care of the ops that you need to take care of? He only can dominate the Indiana Pacers. He only can dominate, the smaller teams, the Orlando Magics, and but when it come down to the final 16 teams in the league for the championship, all you're gonna be playing is mostly elite teams to get to the championship. So if I can't count on you to dominate the elite teams, you're not worth that money. Same thing with James Harden. People get enamored to all he do in the regular season, but every year he gets to the playoffs, he shrink. Like, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. See, I got a different way of looking at sports. At the Wild, you got to have the regular season on your resume. You know what I'm saying? To be an all-time great. You got to have the league MVPs and, all that type of stuff. But what separates, really what separates the truly elite from, like, the superstars is what you do in winning time. When you go against the top-level opponents, do you show up? Can we depend on you to get the job done? Andre Drummond, you couldn't do it. James Harden, you can't do it. You can't do it. So how can you be top 5 when in winning time and in clutch situations we can't count on you? Reggie Jackson was just a bad move to begin with. He sucked. He sucked in OKC. He sucked in Boston College. He sucked on the bench being injured. Terrible player. Terrible quotes. Didn't give a fuck. Sorry for the language, but he didn't care about winning here. He got his money and that's it. Even John Wall said, look at, Reggie Jackson getting $89 million. This bum. He was an utter bum. Terrible. He one of the reasons why Andre Drummond didn't thrive here neither. Andre Drummond is a dependent big man. He need a point guard that can set him up and that can feed him and make the game easier for him. And that's another reason he didn't deserve that money. Instantly, you came in and Christian Wood, somebody that was on the streets. He was on the streets. And he came in and did what Andre Drummond did statistically and did it better. May be for a short amount of time, but he did it better. And he was way cheaper than what you was going to pay Andre Drummond for. But where was these Drummond fans with their pom-poms at when Christian Woods was balling? Motherfuckers was quiet as a church mouse. You hear a mouse urinate on a cotton swab. That's how quiet they was. So Dwane Casey is correct. They are starting over. They are going to take their young core. And I put that article in the description so you can check it out. And they got the sound at the bottom, the audio. He is right. They are rebuilding. They are retooling. And this is the way they needed to go. I think Tom Gores wanted to kind of try to, put a makeshift winner on the court, and it didn't work. And then in a couple years, they have Blake Griffin $40 million, $36 million off the cap. This team is in a great situation. I'm not sure that Dwane Casey is the dude that's going to get him there. I think he's vastly overrated as a coach. It is no disrespect. He didn't want to play Dwane, and he didn't want to play Christian. He didn't want to play Brown. He had to play these dudes, man. He had to play these dudes at some point. He wouldn't get Christian Wood no play. Christian Woods would be on fire, and he'd end up with 19 minutes again, make 19 minutes, even if he didn't get in foul trouble. He didn't want to play Christian Wood. And guess what? You had to play him because Dre was gone. Oh, he can play. You had to play Sivvy because Luke Kennard was injured. Oh, he can play. Oh, you found out that Bruce Brown not a 2 guard. He's a 1 guard. He's a point guard, and he can make stuff happen from the 1. He's just not that good a coach. They need to fire him, and I'm just going to keep it a buck with you. I ain't going to fake the funk. I ain't playing the pro-black coach shit here. He just ain't a good coach. They need to get a young, innovative coach that can groom these young players and get them prepared. Then again, they might have to do a Rick Carlo, Larry Brown situation, but shaving the fat off the goddamn turkey or the damn chicken or the damn steak, they had to get rid of these bums. Andre Drummond was a bum here. I don't care how many 2020 games he had. People love quoting stats. PER, plus minus, 20 rebounds, 20 points, 10 assists, 30 points a game. But the one stat motherfuckers don't love in this era is wins and losses. That's the one stat you won't catch these young guys quoting wins and losses. They talk about James Harden. What's his wins and losses in the playoffs? Talk about Drummond. If he's so great and he deserved max money, super max money, what's the wins and losses? If he the difference, absolutely not. That's the one stat that matters. Wins and losses when it's all said and over with. And now Dwane Casey get an opportunity to rebuild, but he got to be willing to be patient like he was last year. And the only reason he was patient with these young guys last year is because he had a ton of injuries. That's it. This wasn't by design. Christian Wood would probably never had touched the floor. You know what I'm saying? If some of these injuries didn't happen and the Pistons was kind of, and they was in the 7th seed or the 6th seed a little bit, they would have continued to go ahead. They just probably would have let Drummond roll off the payroll and got nothing for him. Most people figure they got nothing for him anyway. But yeah, those are significant moves in the right direction. Getting rid of these 2 garbage cans. And not saying this in an attack on their character. Fuck Reggie Jackson. He just a whole mark. Never liked his bitch ass. Just keep it 100. Andre Drummond, good dude though. Don't get me wrong. He ain't getting no trouble. He was solid. You know what I'm saying? But as a player, total garbage. Never worked on this game. He was just a good rebounder. That's it. He didn't defend at a high level. He didn't play offense at a high level. And sometimes he'll quit. Just keeping it 100. You can't give these 2 type of dudes that type of money and expect to win something in the league. Stan Van Gundy and Jordan Bowers just messed the Pistons up. Had they not made the Blake trade, they would have been in a way better position than they are now. But now we got to wait for Blake to roll off and draft well, and hopefully Dwane Casey can, provide some nutrients for the young core that's coming in and the young guys. And, in a few years, hopefully we could be on the uptrend competing. But, hey, it come with drafting superstar talent and developing. You might need a little bit of luck and developing a hidden gem. But your hidden gem, you got him. Christian Wood is there. You got your hidden gem. So, right now, that's the toughest part. Putting some weight on him, developing him, teaching him how to stay out of foul trouble, developing Sayoko Diombo, whatever his name is, and then, putting the players around him, LaMelos or whoever else might be coming out, putting those pieces around him, and then, doing the rest. But hey, Motor City Sports Talk. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can hit me up. The links in the description. If you got question, business, inquiry, sponsorship, want to make a donation, cash out, PayPal, subscription. Keep sharing the videos.